Fanglin lantern thanks to the werewolf's hair, and the special potion, the lantern shows the werewolf's footprints on the ground. I can follow them to safely cross the swamp. Werewolves, an ambiguous race from the Lost Lands. On one hand, they are friendly, but on the other, they are fearsome. When the moon is full, they transform into a gigantic lycanthropic creature. Werewolves have lived in the swamp since time immemorial. However, since the arrival of the Chimera, this race is on the verge of extinction. Some witnesses claim to have seen someone resembling a werewolf living near the swamp.
Death, trying to scare us. I can't stay here long. My head starts aching. I feel the presence of death.
Death, one of the 4 dark horsemen. His element is decay. Everything around him sickens, is poisoned, dries up, and dies. It all depends on the proximity, and the time he remains nearby. And if not, Death also possesses a deadly scythe to execute any persistent rival who dares to challenge him. It is said that the slightest touch of the scythe is fatal. Death lives in the swamp, specifically on an island in the middle of Dead Lake.
No! This is the core of the column.
The punched card, the brass punched card, that we found in the dwarf graveyard fits perfectly with Marin's book. Now we have what appears to be a sequence of symbols.
Look at the image on this fresco. It tells us that death is afraid of living water. It burns. This news may help us.
You again? Oh, I see you got yourself a trusty bodyguard. Oh, dear. Why didn't you tell me about your mission from the start? I'd have helped you right away. I'm glad you survived the fire's assault, and I'm happy he's gone. It was him who made the sea boil away. So, now you're looking for a way to defeat death, right? This can only be done, only with the use of living water. I shall allow you to take some, but you won't be able to get close to death to spill the water on him. You'll need a weapon to do this. A bow, for instance. Oh, I know that forest hunters of the dark woods are legendary archers. You'll need a rune, should you decide to go there. I've heard of a rune hidden behind the magic mirror in the tower.
Aquamarine's help. Aquamarine has become aware of the mission we are undertaking, and this time, she has been much more agreeable with me. So much so that she is now allowing us to collect living water from the lake. However, she has told us that it won't be easy to defeat death, because to do so we would have to approach him and throw the water on him, which is impossible, since if we approach him, we will die. According to her, we need a bow with arrows dipped in living water, and she has recommended that we go to the forest hunters of the dark woods to obtain the weapon. The rune we need to reach them is located in the fortress, behind the magic mirror. The plaque, I don't know what these symbols mean, but it's worth remembering them just in case. Key, thanks to the drawing, I now know what the skeleton key is for.
A centaur is depicted on this door. It follows that it is the entrance to their territory.
Priestess. We found this image next to the crystal chest that housed the staff. It depicts a statue of a forest priestess. There is an identical sculpture nearby, although the statue in the image has a kind of bright star in its hands, something the real statue lacks. Forest hunters, inhabitants of the dark woods, they are excellent archers and masters of stealth hunting, a self-sufficient clan that avoids contact with other races. The forest hunters consider themselves the purest and benevolent race of all the tribes of the Lost Lands. Many criticize them for their arrogance, especially the centaurs, with whom the forest hunters have shared territory for many centuries. We, the good centaurs of the Darkwoods, are angered by your refusal to fight, shoulder to shoulder against the evil that has invaded our region. You, the unholy forest hunters, hide like cowards in your insignificant city, believing that evil will simply vanish. That will never happen, given your decision in the war we are waging, which concerns everyone. We hereby consider you deserters and declare war on you, too.
Hey, strangers! How did you get here? That's Centaur territory. I'm Zaruk, master weaponsmith of this tribe. It's not the best time for guests right now. We're at war with the forest hunters. They acted cowardly, unworthily, and arrogantly by hiding in their town when we offered them a united front against the Black Horseman darkness. He settled in the dark woods. What? You also fight the Black Horseman? Good. I'll try to help you, but bring me something first. I've heard the dwarves make the strongest shields, although I've never faced them in battle. I hope this is true. Bring me a real dwarf shield.
The centaur Zyruk, a centaur battle axe, has opened the way to his territory for us. As soon as we entered the village, we spoke with a centaur named Zyruk. He is the tribe's weaponsmith, and he won't help us until he's fully equipped for a war against the hunters. Fortunately, Zyruk only needs a shield. He's heard that dwarven shields are the best and wants one of those. Centaurs half horse, half human. They are the quintessential wild and belligerent tribe of the Dark Woods. Although they claim no interest in invading other territories, their constant clashes with the forest hunters are well known. Centaurs dislike the hunters, who treat them with arrogance and disdain, and they, in turn, do not shy away from any conflict with them. Centaurs are splendid weaponsmiths and are on par with the forest hunters in the use of the bow.
Ha! A strong shield indeed! I'll help you with such a service. So, what are you looking for in the dark woods? You came to ask these forest hunters for a bow? Those cowards? You hoped they'd make a weapon capable of killing the Death Horseman for you? Ha ha! The centaurs are skillful weapon makers, as good as the forest hunters. Bring me a boarskin and a twig from the red tree. This is the largest, oldest tree in our forest. It grows behind the Onsis glade near the waterfall. Redwood is most elastic and strong.
The Ontosses have been sleeping for many centuries. I heard that their whispering is not just muttering, but incantation.
Ontis, the strangest residents of the Lost Lands, native to the Dark Woods. The Ontis are enormous, tree-like creatures that have lived in the Lost Land since the beginning of time. They were the first inhabitants of the region, along with the original giants, ancestors of the current mountain giants. Currently, only a few Ontas survive, having literally taken root in the dark woods. It's difficult to distinguish them from normal trees if you don't notice the faces on their trunks. Dragons of the Lost Lands. These ancient and gigantic creatures lived in the Lost Lands in the age when giants walked the surface, the ancestors of today's mountain giants. The forgotten sea was still full of water, the wasteland was bountiful and fertile, and the ancestors of halflings lived in the orchards. The werewolves, who lived in the bogland, witnessed the destruction of the last dragon. It is said that it died at the hands of one of the Dark Riders. Death, to be more precise. It was common knowledge that dragons could see invisible things thanks to their unique eyes.
I'll need some time to make a bow and arrows. So, you'd better find the other materials and prepare a bowstring and arrowheads by yourselves. Make the bowstring from some durable spiderweb and cast the arrowheads from dark metal. This is a special grade of metal capable of inflicting damage even on supernatural forces. I heard that deposits of it can sometimes be found in wasteland dungeons. When you are ready, get up to our workshop and assemble the weapon.
A bowstring and arrowheads. While Zyrut crafts the bow and arrows, we must take care of the rest, which is simply weaving a bowstring from a cobweb found in the forest and forging arrowheads from a dark metal obtained in the dungeons of the wasteland. The battle against death with the weapon now in our possession. We headed to catch the boat to Death's Island when, suddenly, the rider appeared. It was a trap. Death wasn't expecting us on the island. He tricked us into thinking that to ambush us. Then, somehow, I managed to launch an arrow and hit him. Unfortunately, Falmer was seriously wounded trying to protect me from the rider.
This is it. My end is near. The wound from Death's scythe is fatal. You must go on. Use the boat to cross to Death's castle. I think you hit him with the arrow, and chances are we managed to defeat him. If he has the compass, take it and bring it to Marin. Oh, I wish we had a cure. Ah. Oh, thank you so much. You saved me. I feel my strength returning. I feel much better now. Let's go, quickly.
Penumbra, one of the 4 Dark Riders. His element is shadow. They say Penumbra is the leader of the riders and, in turn, the most dangerous. Light disappears in his wake. But that's not worse. Penumbra devours all feelings of happiness and kindness. His rivals are overcome by an unbearable sense of sadness and fear that leads them down the path of evil until they become Penumbra's servants. Crystal Ball. Upon landing on the island, we discovered that the rider had died from his wounds. In his petrified remains, we found a stone heart and, moreover, something we didn't expect, a crystal ball. Upon examining it, we saw the 4th and final rider, Penumbra. He was trotting on his horse, holding the Cube of Worlds. He must have found it, and now he's heading for the Fortress of the 5 Worlds.
That's incredible. You defeated death. But the most difficult task lies ahead. Stop darkness. We know he's found the compass of the worlds and is headed toward the stronghold. But praise the gods, when I hid the compass, I enchanted it with a spell of burdening. The closer darkness gets to the portal of the universe, the heavier the compass becomes. This is why he's moving very slowly, and so we have some time to prepare. I know what to do, but there's no time for long explanations. I'll need you to do one thing. Find a large glass lens. You'll be on your own, as Falmer will stay with me. His tinkering talents will be of great use now.
Take this key and head to my refuge. Unlock my workshop. There you'll find the lens.
One more thing. Set off to Mount Gore again, and ask him for a spell capable of destroying the Black Horseman's heart. Mount Gore will ask you for a flower in return. Take one from my flower bed. Remove the flower's protective field with this spray. Once you have everything, meet me in the tower's central hall.
Rescue Plan Marin has come up with a plan to defend us from Penumbra, and needs Falner's help to invent a device. Marin has asked me to get him a glass lens of a considerable size for his invention. Follow me. He said I can find one in his workshop. He gave me the key. In addition, Marin wants me to ask the mountain god for a special spell to release the essence of the stone hearts. It's a very powerful spell, and Marin doesn't know how to cast it.
You again, mortal? I know why you have returned. Good. I shall help you one more time. Bring me a clean sheet of paper. Place it inside a magical shell, and the spell will be granted. Wait. I know Marin asked you to find a lens. It will be more useful if you fill it with blessed light. Set off to the Ontus Glade. Place the lens on the ritual table, and see for yourself. Take this part. It will help you to weave the magic.
Meshahanorasapin Omastahan. You came. We failed to stop darkness. He's already gone up and is about to open the portal. We might still have a chance, though. Go to the top. There you'll find a device we created against darkness. Insert the lens into it, and when darkness activates the compass, read the spell, then immediately jump into the portal. It will take you back home. If you stall, you'll die together with darkness.
Suzanne, it was an honor to meet you. Our ascendants will compose legends about you throughout the Lost Lands.
Do not worry about us. Thank you. Goodbye. Meshahanorasapin.